ability. And what is leadership? Somebody who can get people to do their best. It's not necessarily always doing their best, and a good leader isn't somebody who always does all the work. But it's somebody who kind of inspires you. It's somebody who gets you to believe in something, or believes the same thing you're doing, and can get you to work towards it. Someone who, in my mind, someone's going to make things a little bit different. I don't think anybody wants a leader who's going to come in and say, elect me for leader and everything's going to be the same. Nobody really wants that in their life. Everybody wants something to be a little bit different, a little bit better. So we're looking for leadership, ability to work, but work with other people. Is it somebody who's popular, but just in their clique? And they're really friendly, but just in their group? Or is it somebody that reaches out to everybody? If you're a 7th grader, is it an 8th grader who came up to you and spoke to you when the other kids weren't? Yeah, that's nice. I mean, I guess in a nutshell, you want somebody who has leadership. You want somebody who's nice. Obviously you do. You want somebody who has ideas. Someone who just says, let's make it different. But says, how about this for an idea? But then is willing to listen to your ideas. And someone who can make your ideas a reality. That's a great idea. How can we do it? That's good leadership. It's not necessarily somebody who totally takes charge. That's not a leader. That's a bully. And I've been under those people for principles, and it's not fun to be with them. We have a very good principal right now who's a very good leader, and when you come up with an idea, her comment is, that sounds good. How are we going to do it? Which makes you feel part of it. And she has good ideas, and she's willing to share, but she's willing to talk about it. And that's what we're looking here. What sort of changes are we looking for in this class? We're looking for an atmosphere. We're looking for something that's going to be fun, something that can allow us to learn. We're looking for some control. Thanks for doing that. In other words, we're looking to set up an atmosphere so we can all learn. So when these people come up and do their speeches, you're trying to pick all that up. Now today, they're just delivering their speech. You also want somebody, obviously, that's comfortable and confident. Someone who can get up here and not talk so low, because remember, they're going to be representing us. Talk so low they can hear it.
Are you talking?
Yeah! Really, it's like telling jokes to a room full of monkeys.
Monkeys don't get
But you don't want that. You want someone who comes up and is confident, someone who can look around you when you're talking. And those people do exist in this class. A number of them. And it's a lot of them, I'll agree with Mr. Coffey, it's people who yesterday, I thought maybe they are, maybe they're not, but really step up. And you should have seen examples of leadership in all of the committee work that you saw, which was a great idea for us to put the presidential candidates with them, because I saw a lot of people yesterday that could do the job. We had one who I thought would be a very good leader, who said, I want to step back and continue to lead my committee that I'm on. Well, what a great decision. That was a real good decision as well. So we're seeing all sorts of examples of it. The other thing, the most I've ever learned about leadership, and I've been in some positions where I've been a leader, but the person who gave me the best advice I ever got as a leader was my father, who said, know when to lead, know when to follow, and know when to get out of the way. That's what makes you a good leader. There's times when you lead, when you're out in the front saying, come on, this is the way we're going to do it. There's time when someone else says, let's say, I'm the class president, someone else says, I got an idea, and you say, okay, let's do it, and you follow them. Sometimes leaders know how to follow. And sometimes there's a group working and they don't need me, and I just stand back and let them go. So leaders have lots of skills. Leaders can make a difference in the world. We had it up the other day on the board, and I think the comment was, a great leader makes great people do great things. Leadership is really important. It makes a difference in our community. It makes a difference in our state. It obviously makes a difference in our country. And it's something that we don't have enough of because we don't teach it. And it's not a matter of teaching it, it's a matter of allowing it to happen. So that's where we're headed, and that's what you're going to be looking for today when the people get up here. And what I would like the people to get up here, I know you're nervous, and the first thing we do when we're nervous and we're in front of a group is we tend to giggle, and we tend to put our hands in our pockets, and we tend to move around and swing around. And all the while I'm swinging and I'm talking, you're watching at my hands, and you're not watching or listening because I want you up here, and you're watching down here if I'm swinging my hands. So don't do that. Don't put here, and don't do this, and don't dipsy-doodle and dance and all that, unless it's part of your routine. But if it's not, then stand straight and tall, and put your shoulders back, take a deep breath, and relax. And just, as far as thinking while you're getting nervous, whenever I'm talking to you kids, I always think, am I nervous? No, because I'm smarter than all of them put together. Now, obviously, Brooke, you can't say that, but everybody else can. No, you can at least say, I'm almost smarter than any one of you. I love it. But no, in reality, don't really get nervous by anybody there. Just look at the crowd individually, and that's what it is. A crowd is just a group of individuals. And it's easy to say don't get nervous, but just take a deep breath and power through it. Look around. Don't focus on one, because if you're focusing on one person, let's say I'm looking at Lucas and I'm just talking to him, everybody else knows it, and if he happens to put his head down, I'm crushed. Because I put all my eggs in that basket and he put his head down, I bored the guy. So look around and try to look in the eyes. And if I look over and Meathead over there playing with his pencil isn't looking at me, then if I'm a teacher, I'm going to keep looking at him until I can get his view. But if I'm making a speech, I'm not going to look down at it because he's kind of a downer for me right now. He's kind of saying, I'm not interested, and I don't want that feedback, so I look around at the people who are making eye contact. And if I find somebody that's making good eye contact, I'll keep going back to them, because that builds my confidence. So public speaking, we're going to do a lot of it. Everybody's going to do some, and it's a skill that anybody can learn to do. Supposedly, like you said, if you ask the average American what their greatest fears in life, number one is public speaking, and number two is death. So it means people would rather die than speak in front of public. But that's their greatest fear is public speaking. And somebody who does a lot of it, I've done a lot of it, it's really not a big deal. You just have to have self-confidence. You just have to believe in yourself. And they used to say, what is it when you say someone has too much confidence in themselves? They're overconfident. Cocky, what? Conceited, there's the word. Oh yeah, they used to say all those things, and it's like, yeah, I don't care. Because another word for all those things is confident. Somebody who believes in what they're saying. And someone who will stand up for what they're saying. And that's what you all need to be. And the cool thing is that some of you are going to get the opportunity to do that a lot. We're going to take the president and vice president, they're going to go talk to other groups. They're going to be our ambassadors and go around and talk to people, represent them. So it's an important thing. I got touch for it. And tomorrow. So don't forget, tomorrow is the Wacky Wednesday.